This is kind of our bed where I bought a few. We have dappled willows and we have some red, and then some of these other willows that we just wanted more of. That's just a little bed by our yucca and red buds. Here's a really neat little red bud. It's like a harlequin or something like that. I can't remember what it was called, but boy, it's been hard to keep the weeds down around it. We have some asparagus in here too. Pain in the butt. We just had a really lot of nice rain, and our willow for, what is it, July now, is way over my head. So 5, 6, man, 9 feet maybe. It is way up there. And we have a couple different varieties here, but these are the first willows we ever put in. And that is oh geez, I can't remember what that is. Big beautiful flowers. That's a bush though, a tree. It'll come to me. But I just wanted to document our willow, since I was showing you in the spring after I cut it. Now, you know, we coppiced it to the ground here, and as you can see, she is filling out well, very well. Yeah, that's got to be at least 12 feet, but I don't know, I'm short, so it's hard to tell. Kitty! Aren't these pretty? Have that really nice. And then the older, well, these aren't even older, they're all the same age, the cuttings, but one or two are going nuts there. And then we have a really nice little red bud. I was noticing our red buds, I don't see it so much on this one, but on this red bud here, these leaves, they're kind of make little cups for water for our hummingbirds and stuff, so it's kind of fun watching them come and get a drink. But here's that's our red bud there, and then we got our curly willow. We really like these. They've been kind of fun to play with, and just pretty. Now we cut every other one each year, so like this year I cut this one, coppiced or pollarded it. It's not really coppiced to the ground, we kind of left these up higher because we get more wildlife down here. And so these two weren't cut last year because we really need the privacy and the wind break. But that's these guys. And then we have this, has just been wonderful to have. I wish I would have planted it straight across, because it is such a nice, it deadens the highway noise and hopefully cleans the air, and it's a good it's just producing a ton of wood and rods. Now this one, I think this is the third year, and I haven't cut it back yet because we wanted to get it really well established. So now this next year I'll cut it, and we'll miss it because you know, but it'll come back by July. But it is huge. Not as huge as that old maple, but it is getting there. Nice stand there. And then, oh, there's the sunset and the curly willows with the pup, with our sunshine, our sunny. Garden's done well. We got potatoes down here, sugar peas, and then the royal purple beans, greasy beans over there, asparagus beans and sweet potato, and then we got some onions and herbs. And that's where we had our garlic over there. We already harvested that. It's been a good year. Here we have our lilac, and this old bed, I don't know if it gets a lot of or enough sun, although this old maple tree is dying, so we get a little bit more sun, but it's just not growing as fast as everyone else, even though it's the same willows, you know. But really nice. I'm thinking that's that blue streak. I used to worry that there was this powder residue on, but I was watching Ding Dong's Garden, I think it's called, and he was saying that the blue strike, that they get that on them, you know, and I don't know if that's what it is, but he's right. It's you know, it's only on those certain species. You know, it's not on any of them around it that aren't of that same species, so it's kind of interesting. Then we got our yucca in. This December, Michelle and I will have been married for 25 years. So this is our 25 yucca salute. And then we got some of our hazels down here. 5 hazels, one for each year. And then for our fathers who passed away, we planted a lilac this year on Father's Day. And I want to take you over here. Hope you don't get sick by me moving the camera around all the time. But this is the first year that we actually have hazelnuts developing. And there's not many. There's I think there's 7 of them on here. But that is just cool. And over here we have a mess, but this is a nice windbreak, and we have more of our curly willows. This is going to be kind of our bird feeding station as these curly willows come up. And we didn't cut them last year. I cut them a little bit this year when they were coming over into our walkway, but they are going to be nice. I got a hackberry here as well that I'm kind of letting grow just because I love those trees. They have done very well with us. Well, I guess I might as well give you the rest of the tour of the garden. We have fruit trees there, and they're doing really well. This is the wine crisps, and we've actually had to take off there's probably a third of the apples left on this tree. We took the rest off because we're worried about breaking limbs, because we had a limb break earlier. But you know, they've got some issues, but we try to deal with that. Here's another really pretty red bud, just kind of cascades, and underneath there you have chickens and cats sleeping all day long. It's pretty funny. So we have our cucumbers. You can see a couple really nice cucumbers that we should be picking. This is our Zucks, and we have resorted to planting a ton of Zucks to feed to our pigs. I mean, we eat them daily, but the majority of them actually go to the pigs, and they love them. Because our pumpkins, you know, they're kind of a, here's peppers and tomatoes. Here's our cukes. There's our zooks. Here's this is herbs, and it is well overgrown. I have to weed that bad. Here's our Bonnie Doon Homestead tomatoes that we save. We save our tomato seeds every year, and I just spread a few of them, and they are the most productive. It's I don't know what it is, but you can't keep these guys down. Now these guys were planted probably a month after these guys were bought and transplanted here. So they're doing well. They're already flowering. Here, oh, we have I like Tabasco peppers, so we have a lot of Tabasco peppers. I guess they're over there. And over here, we make our own Tabasco sauce, and oh my God, that's good. Although last year I kind of screwed it up, so. Michelle's got her flower garden. It's kind of on the downward end now, but man, this thing just is beautiful year in, year out, through all the different seasons. We have our lettuces and radishes and carrots. Oh, and the one thing that we're doing is we have free-range chickens, and we have a lot of wildlife, a lot of raccoons, a lot of skunks, and we've been able to put this garden together. Now they'll come and they'll, you know, trying to get up to the seeds, they'll push it over, you know, the stalks over and stuff, and they'll be messy, but we clean it up, and you know, we'll mow this. We'll try to keep the long grass down, but you know, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. But we've been able to grow all this with free-range chickens, and if you have free-range chickens, you know that that's not an easy task. But what we've done, and actually, here's we've been protecting all this grass, but actually there's flowers planted in these 4 beds here. And what we do is we take our Eddie's getting vocal. We have wood chips around the edge. We use I know it's too long, but just chill, okay? I know it's too long. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Okay, well, Eddie's saying that this is getting too long. But anyway, this is our strategy. Wood chips. The chickens don't seem to like the wood chips as much as they like straw. Straw, they will dig in. The wood, the limbs, they give a little bit of structure and protection. And then we have these smaller branches that we put over the top. And, you know, chickens, they're lazy like we are, so they'd rather go around than mess with going through where there's obstacles. Now, you know, you might have a chicken that loves it, but so far that's been our saving grace. Here, when we planted all this crazy stuff here, we just had sticks go down. We dug a hole, or just a row, and put the row, or planted the rows in between. You know, the dill is planted here, the radishes are planted there. And it's funny because the cats, they'll come and they were sleeping on top of these sticks, but they weren't messing with the germinating seeds. So I guess that's kind of cool too. But we've been able to so far have a really nice garden and a lot of produce coming out. A lot of onions and garlic, and we had a really good summer harvest. And here's more of my Tabasco. Oh, look. We're already getting Tabasco peppers. I love it. And these are the Amish or Mennonite candy onions. And let me get, I haven't weeded these for a while, and we just got a whole bunch of rain, so, but they are really nice, really nice. I mean, they were just tiny when we put them in here, and they're doing really well. But, oh, I wish it wasn't, it's getting dark now, but, yeah, our willow is pretty impressive this year. I'm really happy. You know, there's like 2 rows kind of there's a row right here where we just put in we just planted a bunch, I think 2 years ago, and then that other row there has been planted for 4 or 5 years now, and just kicking butt, doing well. We should have plenty of cuttings and all kinds of fun stuff. Plenty of rods for this next year. Oh, and here's my Chinese yam. And that, we've just been eating you know, the little yams, little potatoes that will develop after the flowers have been pollinated. But underneath there's got to be some just massive tubers. And I wish I wouldn't have planted it near my willow, but hindsight, you know. At one time the willow wasn't here. I planted the yam and forgot about it. And then I planted the willow, and the yam emerged out of it, so that's kind of funny. But Eddie says, come on, man, this is almost 18 minutes, or it's over 18 minutes, so we're gonna call this video good, and this is where we're at, with a lot of weeding to do. And our walkways, I'm lazy, and it seems to work really good, is I just use our push mulching lawnmower. And I mean, because that's all this is mulch. You're just mulching what they've been generating. So it is lovely. It works out really good. I just got to get to it now. Oh, here's our buttonweed. Wow, our velvet leaf. This stuff is amazing. It creates so many seeds that you can eat. You can make them into flour, but it's the fiber that I'm after. And it's funny, it just keeps coming. Oh, do you see the... They just play in the sunflowers. The goldfinches just love the sunflowers, and the chicory, and our thistle that we have growing. But surround yourself with life. You will not be disappointed. God bless.